Hello everybody, it's Mel. Thank you for joining me today for a very long overdue book haul. So I realised the other day that I haven't done a book haul since about this time last year. So it is April in 2025 and yeah, I haven't done a book haul since around the end of March, beginning of April 2024. So I have acquired a few books since then and I would like to tell you about them. I have quite the pile of books to talk to you about, so I'm not going to go into very much detail about each book. I will probably tell you the genre and kind of a general synopsis. But yeah, I won't go into too much detail because otherwise we'll be here for a million years. I will also advise that anyone that I talk about in this video, if they have a YouTube or an Instagram, I will link them down below so you can go and check them out. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. If I have, if there's something that you sent me in the last year and I didn't include it in this pile, I really do apologise. It's quite tricky when you don't haul books for a year to remember everything. So huge apologies. Please let me know in the comments below. Mel, don't forget that book I sent you for whatever. But hopefully I've got them all. So yeah, we're going to go through and talk about all the books I've acquired in the last year. I'm going to start with my birthday, which was recently. It was in March. So I'm going to start with the most recent books that I acquired and then we're going to jump around. I'm not going to work my way backwards. We're just going to jump around and talk about the books. But yeah, let's start with the birthday presents. So the lovely Tracy, who is a great friend of mine, she's been a subscriber almost since the beginning of my channel and she's a huge supporter of mine. She sends me birthday presents pretty much every single year and Christmas presents usually as well. And this year she sent me Wolf Song by TJ Klune. This is the first book in the... I'm not sure what the series is called. It doesn't say. But it's the first book in a series and it is a werewolf romance, I believe, queer werewolf romance. I've heard great things about this one. People absolutely love it. I don't really know a huge amount about it. We follow Ox Matheson and yeah. Oh, there's murder. So it looks like there's more going on than just a romance. I've heard most people talk about the romance aspect of it, but yeah. I'm really intrigued and I'm really grateful that Tracy sent it to me and I'm hoping I enjoy it. I love the cover. I believe these are newer covers. I think they were originally indie published or self-published and they've been picked up by someone. Tor. And I just love these covers. Anyway, I've already spent more time on this first book that I plan to spend on the book, so let's move on. Then the lovely Ren from the Reading Wren sent me Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poranek. I know basically nothing about this book. I put it on because Ren really loved it and talked about it in a video of theirs I watched somewhat recently and it sounded really interesting. Absolutely gorgeous cover again. Absolutely stunning. And they saw it was on my wish list and they sent it to me. So thank you, Ren, for the inspiration and the present. I believe that it is so it says, once upon a time in a forest of tangled secrets, a wild girl and a broken boy fall in love. So I think it's a gothic love story kind of thing, spooky forest, that sort of thing. But yeah, it sounds really great and it's absolutely gorgeous. Then the lovely Erin from Shebas and Shelves sent me Liar's Test by Amberlynn Quay Molina. Amberlynn Quay Molina is an Indigenous Australian author and this is a fantasy book. I'm not sure, like it's a fantasy book and I think it takes place in a fantasy world, but I assume as with her previous fantasy sci-fi books that I've read and really enjoyed that it is somewhat has Indigenous themes in it. But yeah, it's a beautiful cover also and I'm really excited. I'm excited for all of them. let's be honest, and I'm probably going to say that a lot. But I'm really excited about this one. I love her, I can't remember the name of the Tribe series, which I've read previously and talked about on my channel, and yeah, I'm excited for this one. Then my parents gave me the first two, this is a bind up of the first two Murderbot novellas. So it is All Systems Red and Artificial Conditions. So it was volume 1 in these bind-ups. I'm sure I don't need to explain anything about Murderbot to you. Murderbot is a AI who has taken over their own processing, and all they want to do is watch TV. That's what I've heard. That's kind of all I know about it. It's meant to be really funny and clever, and yeah, a really great time. And my dad was reading a non-fiction about AI, and they mentioned this book in that book and this series, and he thought it sounded really interesting, so he bought it for me for my birthday. And I've been hearing about this from just like everywhere, online, not online friends, just everyone, how amazing it is. So I'm really intrigued. I'm really excited to read it. I don't normally read sci-fi of this nature, or really sci-fi much at all, but I'm excited to kind of go out of my comfort zone and see what all the fuss is about. My friend Michelle bought me The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst Martha Wells was the author of the Murderbot Diaries. My friend Michelle bought me The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst for my birthday as well, which I've already read and now lent to my mother, so it'll be on screen here somewhere because I don't have it anymore. I mean, I still have it, but it's not in my actual house anymore at the moment. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fantastic. I have talked about it, reviewed it in my wrap up in March, so that is linked below. So that was my birthday. Let's move on now to a couple of books that I got recently as well, because my friend Tanya, who's an amazing writer and who is doing a PhD in creative writing, and she was a judge in the Tasmanian Literary Awards, and she invited me as her +1 to the ceremony. And we heard about a bunch of amazing books, and I was very restrained and I just bought the 2 of them, even though they all sounded amazing. So the first one that I have here is Heart's Ease by Kate Krumink. So I'm just going to read the first little bit, and it says, I saw my mother for a long time after she died. I would see her out windows or in the corner of my eye, always in the periphery, always a dim blur, but unmistakably my mother, the herness skating through every line and flicker. So yeah, it's about 2 sisters and how their lives have changed since their mother's death. Just sounded really fantastic, really well written and really amazing, so I'm hoping for great things, plus again, gorgeous cover. Kind of bought this one for me, and I kind of bought this one for baby book fiend, and that is Digger Digs Down by Johanna Bell, illustrated by Huni Melissa Bolliger. And I've read this a couple of times to baby book fiend, and we both really enjoyed it. It's got absolutely stunning illustrations, if you can see that without the glare, and it's just a really great book, really great kids book, and yeah, highly recommend all of these books, hopefully. Okay, so those were 2 books I bought myself recently. What are we going to do next? Next, we are going to do Christmas. So, for Christmas, I was given a few different books as well. So first of all, I was given these 2 books, which are 2 books in the same series. So the series is the Roland Sinclair Mysteries. So this is the first one, A Few Right Thinking Men, and this is the second one, A Decline in Profits. They're both by Solari Gentile, who is more well known for her book The Woman in the Library, which came out a couple of years ago. But yeah, these books are the first and second books in the Roland Sinclair Mysteries. So this is a series of books that follow a bunch of different, Roland Sinclair, who is an artist and a gentleman. In Australia's 1930s, the Sinclair name is respectable and influential, yet the younger son of Roland has a talent for scandal. So he is an artist and he has a bunch of different artist friends, and they're sort of outcasts of society, but they're very well off, or he is anyway, and he spends his money helping his artist friends be artists. Then in the first book, he kind of comes across like a mystery that also is involving a bit of spy stuff, and he helps solve the mystery, and then they are a series of mysteries. I've read the first one a while ago and I enjoyed it, but I think I need to reread it and then so I can continue with the series. My mum bought these for me for Christmas because she really likes them and she wants me to read them. So yeah, thanks Mum and Dad. Then my little sister sent me 10,000 Stitches by Olivia Atwater. This is the second book in the Regency Fairy Tales. So this is the second book. The first one was Half a Soul, which I really enjoyed. This one follows a bunch of different characters, so it's not so much a continuation of a series as it is a companion series. So we follow Effie and Mr. Benedict Ashbrook, and yeah, I really enjoyed Half a Soul, like I said, and I'm hoping that I will really enjoy this one as well, so thank you, Carol. And then my friend Michelle, because we do a book swap every Christmas and for our birthdays, gave me the reappearance of Holly Jackson, and this is one that I have read and really enjoyed. So this is a standalone by the author of the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, and we follow Belle, who is 18 years old, and when she was 2 years old, her mother disappeared from the car that she was in. She was fine, although it was freezing in Minnesota at the time, in the middle of winter. She was left in the car, but she was fine. All the heat was turned on. She was completely left to be fine. Her mother had disappeared and no one knows what happened. And she's presumed dead, but then it's been 16 years and her mother reappears. And it's about what on earth really happened and what on earth is going on. Absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed it. So those are Christmas presents. So from other people, I'll now show you two books I purchased myself for Christmas. So first of all, we have Recipes from the World of Tolkien. So this is a recipe book with recipes from the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit series. So we have things that are really well known from the stories, like lembas bread, Bilbo's seed cake, Bjorn's honey cakes, that sort of thing, and then other things that are kind of more inspired by the stories. Yeah, this is just a really fun book. It's got, like I said, recipes, but it's also got a little bit of the lore of Middle-earth and the history of Middle-earth in it. And we used that. I bought one for my mum for Christmas as well, and we used that to have our birthday celebration with. I feel like I should address the crying. That is Baby Book Fiend. They are fine. They're with their dad. I'm not sure what's happening, but they're fine. So I'm not worried. Hopefully you're not either. And then I bought this book for myself and read it over Christmas because I wanted to, basically. And that is Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring-Blake, which I did enjoy this one. It's not my favourite of hers. I really love the Bright Falls series, which is why I got this one. But I did enjoy this one. I had a lot of fun with it, and yeah. That's that one. Oh, sorry, it's about Charlotte Donovan and Brighton Fairbrook, and it's a second chance romance. Yeah. Takes place over Christmas. A bit of a, like, both end up in the same place accidentally, that sort of thing. So now we're just going to do random books. Oh, sorry, no we're not, because we're going to actually talk about this one, which is a book that I kind of accidentally bought myself for Christmas. So Michelle and I do this book swap where basically I give her 4 books I'm interested in getting and reading. She gives me 4 books she's interested in getting and reading, and we buy one of the books off. So it's a surprise, but not like, yeah, something we know we'll enjoy. I went a bit off script and I also bought this one for Michelle. But she'd already bought it for herself, so it's mine. So this is Here One Moment by Leanne Moriarty. We follow... It doesn't say. Does it say? No. So it says, it all begins on a flight from Hobart to Sydney. The flight will be smooth. It will land safely. Everyone who gets on the plane will get off the plane. But almost all of them will change forever. Because on this ordinary flight, something extraordinary happens. But yeah. I've heard this is really fantastic. Michelle really enjoyed it. Leanne Moriarty is an author that I've really loved before, so I'm quite excited to have this one, accidentally. Okay, now we're going to go for random. I'm pretty sure that's everything I got for Christmas, but like I said below, if you sent me something before, if you sent me something, please comment below, because I apologise, and yeah, baby brain. Okay, so then my friend Bron gave me this. It's a book that she read and thought that I might be interested in, so passed it along, so it's not you know, a present or anything. The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. This is a mystery, murder mystery. In the shadows of an ancient wood, guests gather for the opening weekend of the manor, a beautiful new countryside retreat. I've enjoyed Lucy Foley in the past, so I'm expecting to enjoy this one. Then we have The Seven Skins of Esther Wilding, and I bought this earlier last year. I don't think I've hauled it, but apologies if I have already. I got this mostly because it's so pretty. It's very much a cover buy. So it's The Seven Skins of Esther Wilding by Holly Ringland, and it is about Esther Wilding. The last time Esther Wilding's beloved older sister Aura was seen, she was walking along the shore towards the sea. In the wake of Aura's disappearance, Esther's family struggled to live with their loss. But yeah, I don't really know much about it, but it sounds really fun, and I love the cover. And then a friend was unhauling a bunch of books, and I grabbed this one, and that is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Damas. So this is a book about chemist Elizabeth Zott, and it's set in the 50s, I think, or 60s, and she is a chemist, but she can't really find proper chemist work as a woman. She reluctantly signs on as the host of a cooking show, Supper at 6, but her revolutionary approach to cooking, fueled by scientific and rational commentary, grabs the attention of a nation. But yeah, sounds really fun. I've heard great things about it. Most people that I've heard talk about this absolutely loved it, so I'm really looking forward to giving it a try. Okay, 2 books that my friend Michelle found in her little free library in front of her house that she runs, that she saw and thought might be up my alley. One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I've heard great things about these two as well. These are dark fantasy romances. We follow Elsbeth Spindle in the mist-locked kingdom of Blunder, and there's a nightmare, and yeah, dark fantasy romance. I've heard great things, and I'm intrigued to read them. And then I saw this in a bookstore and I had to grab it, and that is The Voyage Home by Pat Barker. So this is the third and I believe final, but I'm not sure about that because I didn't even know this one was coming out. Third book in, I don't actually know what the series is called, but the first book is The Silence of the Girls, the second book is The Women of Troy. So it's about the women who are affected by the Trojan War. I loved the first 2 books, and when I saw this in the bookstore I had to grab it. Another amazing cover. Yeah, loved the first 2 books, thought they were fantastic, so I'm really excited to read this one. Another book that my friend Bron gave me because she thought I might be interested in is The Bee and the Orange Tree by Melissa Ashley. I know basically nothing about this one. 1699, set in 1699 in Paris. It says, in this battle for equality, Baroness Marie Catherine d'Aulnay invents a powerful weapon, fairy tales. So yeah, don't know, but Bron really enjoyed it and thought I might like it, so I'm excited to read this one. We are down to the last 3. So then I found in a secondhand bookstore, and I've heard great things, I had to grab it, The Good Wife of Bath by Karen Brooks. Yeah, like I said, I've heard great things. This one is set in 1364. It's about Eleanor Cornfed, who is married to an elderly farmer at the age of 12. Eleanor fights to protect those she loves from the vagaries of life, the character deficits of her many husbands, the brutalities of medieval England, and her own fatal flaw. A lusty appreciation of mankind. But yeah, it sounds... I've heard great things, like I said. Lots of people really enjoyed this one. It sounds really fun and really interesting. Again, another beautiful cover. It's pretty chunky, but we'll fit it in at some point. And then I'm not 100% sure if I've hauled this one already. I've definitely read it, but I don't know if I've mentioned that I picked it up, and that is Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldry. This is the second book written, but it's a prequel to Legends and Lattes, and we follow Viv, who is a barbarian orc, and in this one she is still a barbarian because it's a prequel. It's at the beginning of her barbarian journey, but she is wounded quite badly, and so she is sent to this town to convalesce, and it's about what happens during her convalescence. It's very cozy. Absolutely love these books by Travis Baldry. Thought they're fantastic. It says high fantasy, the first love, secondhand books, and on the cover of Legends and Lattes it says something about high fantasy, low stakes. Definitely high fantasy, definitely low stakes-ish, lowish stakes, but really, really fantastic. books. And then the final book that I also am pretty sure I have not hauled yet, but I may have done, but anyway, I'll haul it again, is Hera by Jennifer Saint. So this is, Jennifer Saint is an author that I absolutely love. I've read 2 of her 4 books and I still need to read the other 2, but she does Greek mythology retellings. And this is about Hera, who is the wife of Zeus. And yeah, it's a feminist retelling, which I'm very excited about. So I'm pretty sure that's all the books I need to talk to you about. If I've got others that I haven't mentioned, I apologise, but yeah, I might try and be a bit better about hauling books than once a year going forward. But anyway, that's my 1 year long haul. Reasonable, not like too crazy, I don't think, given that it's a year. But anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments below what you've hauled recently, what you think of my stack. Are there any that you're excited to see me read and talk about? Anything else that you would like to tell me about, please do so in the comments below. If you'd like to leave me a comment but you don't know what, then leave me the celebration emoji, because we are both excited about the books and also some of them were presents, so leave me the celebration emoji. But that's everything from me today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time.